Hey, this is Andrew Jones. You watch On Deck with Tyler.
Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time I drop something new related to the Atlanta Braves, which is almost every day. So make sure you do that. Also, you can follow me on social media at BubblegumJesus. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, all things like that. But we're going to talk about the Atlanta Braves having their scrimmage last night. Now, unfortunately, it was cut short to 3.5 innings, but regardless, we got to see Folty and Newcomb both square off, and we got to see kind of what they're working with right now. Newcomb looked really good. Is he vying for that spot in the rotation? I think so. I think he's going to be there no problem now that he has no competition with Felix Hernandez. And as unfortunate as that is, it's the game we're playing in right now. You know, players are opting out. Players are, like Freddie Freeman, are not having a choice whether or not they're going to play, and they're having to sit out. But Newcomb last night had a great game. He only gave up 2 hits, and granted it was only 2 innings, but his curveball was working very effectively. He threw one to Ender Inciarte. He actually got out of a jam with it. He had the bases loaded, and Ender was up, and he threw this curveball for strike 3 that was just absolutely insane. I thought it was really good, and if he's working like that throughout the regular season, the Braves are going to be in good shape with their starting rotation. Foltynewicz had a little bit of a rough night. Granted, I think he had a little bit of a tougher lineup to face. Any lineup with Ronald Acuna in it's going to be tough. In fact, with Ronald Acuna had 2 doubles last night. He was 2 for 2. The rest of the lineup, he only gave up 2 hits outside of that, but one of them was a 3-run homer, and he gave up a couple walks and things like that to Camargo, and it was just one thing after the other is what it seemed like for Folty. But I think he's going to be fine. Foltynewicz has got to find himself. We want to see that Foltynewicz out that we had the second half of last season. And, if you remember, in spring training last season, Foltynewicz had an injury that he didn't come back from for a while. Like, we were really missing Foltynewicz, and when he came back, we were expecting to see, the Mike Foltynewicz that left, but we were greeted with, a time frame that he just wasn't himself. And I think that this year, this game excluded, I think this year Foltynewicz is going to be right back where he needs to be. I'm not even really worried about it. I really think Folty, he's had time to, obviously get over that injury and kind of get his arm back to, feeling like itself. I think it's easy to expect somebody to just show up and perform like they used to. But I think that he's had enough time now to wash the bad taste of the Cardinals out of his mouth, but also, to find his arm, to find himself, and to find his pitches. So I expect him to do that. And it's hard to know in these inter-squad games, as much as I like to watch them, it's hard to know, whether it's good offense or bad pitching a lot of the time, or the other way around. Because you're playing your own team. I'm ready to see these guys play the Marlins next week, right? Because then we'll kind of know what we need to work on. Because it's going to be competitive again. As competitive as it's been, or they've tried to make it in these inter-squad games. It's not the same as playing in a game against another team. It just isn't. And I'm excited for next week. We'll get to see that. I'm excited for, obviously the regular season. But, let's get into some of the hits that were made. Dansby Swanson had a 3-run bomb, last night. And when he hit it, I knew it was gone. And everybody, it's good to see, that he's, I think once everybody has now got to play, I always like to see a homer because to me that says, okay, that guy's locked in, right? Good to see Dansby locked in. Ozzie got one the other day. It was good to see him. It's like, okay, they're locked in. They're good to go. I think the Braves are locked in. I don't think that there's any distractions. Obviously, this thing with coronavirus is going to change, every team's mindset a little bit. But I really think the Braves are, in a little bit of an exception in the sense that, they don't seem really that worried about it. They haven't changed much other than, how they act, around each other. I really think that the Braves are locked in and ready to go for the 2020 season. Now, if you disagree, if you have a worry about it, let me know but in the comment section. But I really feel like the Braves are locked in and ready to go for this short season. So they need to start early. I've said that a lot of times, but they really need to start early. So hopefully Foltynewicz, can maybe get another appearance before he appears in a regular season game. I'd like to see that. And had things gone as normal last night, we would have seen, relief out of Mark Melancon, Luke Jackson, Darren O, and A.J. Minter. The ones out of that I'm most curious about, I think we know what we got out of Mark Melancon, right? Like, we saw him last year. We know how effective he is. We know what we got in him. Luke Jackson, has definitely improved since last year. Hopefully, a lot. I really think that if he can get himself together, he could be a fundamental part of the bullpen. AJ Minter, he's kind of on the rebound. A couple years ago, everybody thought he was going to be a closer. That might not happen, especially now that we have Will Smith, but maybe he'll be a 7th inning guy. Maybe that'll be his role. And with the starting pitching as it is right now, they're only probably going to play 4 or 5 innings, and then they're going to be out. So we're going to need those guys like Luke Jackson and AJ Minter to step up and be able to play. Darren O is one that really intrigues me out of this whole list because, obviously he missed a lot of the season last year. I think he wants to be a part of a winning team with the Braves. I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch with the Braves, and he'll be able to do that this year. In a shortened season, who knows who's going to be the hero? Maybe it'll be one of these guys. If you got to watch the live stream last night, I want to know what you thought about it. Obviously we didn't get to see much, but I want to know what you thought about Folty and Newcomb, and obviously Dansby's homer, right? That's always good to see. So let me know what you think about that. Are you going to watch tonight? Tell me all that good stuff in the comment section below. And tell me what you want to see out of Puig this year. I've had a lot of you guys comment about Puig. That's been a very hot topic on this channel, as I'm sure it's been on others. But I want to know everything that you want to tell me. So hit me up in the comments section. And as always, you can follow me on social media. I'm at BubblegumJesus on Twitter and Instagram. So go follow me there. And hey, make sure to like this video so that other Braves fans can find it. But also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a thing when it comes to the Braves, because there's only 60 games. You want to make sure you're staying up to date with it, so you can do that right here on deck.